Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a video on the new suppressor that we have in Warzone. With the Season 3 Reloaded update we got a couple of days ago, we got the brand new suppressor. Well, I suppose it's an old attachment, but it's a brand new overhaul to this old attachment, which gives it a whole new lease of life. It's going to be a fantastic attachment to use on SMG and sniper support builds, and I'm going to go through what the difference between that one and the GRU or agency suppressor actually is, and which classes and guns it's going to be worth running on. So make sure you stay buckled in for this video. I'll try and keep it as clear and concise as possible so as many people can understand this new attachment as possible and get using it to the best of its advantage. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do go down below, press that big red subscribe button, turn the notification bells on so you don't miss a single upload. We're covering tons and tons of Season 3 content at the moment, so you don't want to miss out on any of these uploads. And if you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure you leave a like down below as well, as that'd be much appreciated. And let me know in the comments which one of these suppressors, whether it's going to be the GRU or the agency or this brand new sound suppressor that you're going to be using more in Warzone. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, and let's jump into the video. So right here on screen you guys can see the patch notes officially from Raven Software, which we received with the Season 3 Reloaded update. Now this says about the suppressor here just on this second section, if you like, on this part here. And what it says about the suppressor is that it no longer reduces bullet velocity, which is a huge plus for any Cold War weapon, because bullet velocity was kind of like the main thing that was an issue with Cold War weapons. You had to increase it with everything, so you were steering away from regular suppressor for that reason alone. But yeah, bullet velocity is a huge thing. It now increases bullet velocity, increases ADS speed, and increases sprint to fire speed. So what that means for these weapons is that we're no longer going to see a bullet velocity reduction from using this suppressor, and it's going to be fantastic for those close range builds, particularly things that are going to be like sniper support or SMG or close range AR SMG hybrid builds, because it's going to give us that extra bullet velocity, which is really nice. That's something we're definitely going to want to have. It does decrease range, so it's not going to be something you're going to want to have on these Krig 6, long range Farah, long range XM4s, anything like that. You're going to want to keep the GRU or the agency suppressor, because that increases your bullet velocity and your damage range. This does reduce your damage range by about between 10 and 15% per weapon, depending on whether it's an SMG, AR, etc. So it is going to hurt that damage, but if it's something you're going to be using for close range, anything up to about 40-50 meters, you're going to be really solid with this suppressor still on it. And obviously if it's an AR, you can maybe get away with 60-65 meters with this new suppressor on as well. So it's going to be a super good one to use for those sniper support classes like I've mentioned there. The ADS speed, it says it increases. It doesn't really increase ADS speed, but what it does do is not give a reduction to ADS speed, which is what the GRU and agency suppressors do. So you're going to have basically no reduction on ADS speed, so it kind of increases it compared to the other one, but it doesn't give it any bonuses. But what this does mean is that you can swap out a potential rear grip, so the Serpent Wrap, for example. You might not need to run that now if some of these guns have higher ADS speeds anyway, because it's not going to be getting reduced by the muzzle that we're using, which is a really good bonus, because it means we're going to be able to whack on maybe a stock, a barrel, an underbarrel, maybe even a sight, anything like that that you kind of want to add to the build as an additional thing. So I'm going to hop into Warzone now and just show you guys, as well as this, the increase in sprint to fire speed, super good for obviously the close range AR builds. SMGs is going to be a crucial thing, because you're going to be able to get that gunfight up and shooting a lot quicker than other people are if they're still using the GRU or agency suppressor. So it's going to be really crucial. As I say, I'm going to bring you guys into the Warzone menu now. We're going to have a look at these attachments in game, and I'm going to give you guys some example builds of what you can be using for sniper support and SMG classes with this new suppressor. Okay, so we are now in the Warzone menu, and what I'm going to show you guys here is the difference between it. So we've got the agency suppressor here. Obviously, you get the minus ADS speed, like I said before, so that's going to be a reduction to your aim down sight speed there. Also, a little bit of aim instability, but not something that we usually worry about on these guns, because we've always ran the agency suppressor. Obviously, it's the same for the GRU suppressor, it just depends what type of weapon you are using. Now, the brand new sound suppressor here is effective damage range is minus, so you're not going to get as much range on this. It's going to be around 10 to 15% less range, 20 on things like the LMGs, maybe even 25 on some of them there, but overall, it's going to give you less damage range, but you're not going to see a reduction to that ADS speed. You are going to get an increase to it ADS speed in terms of it's not going to be reduced, so that's nice. Sound suppression obviously is the same either way. Bullet velocity is going to be increased, which is absolutely great for any Cold War weapons, which is brilliant. And sprint to fire time is going to be increased as well, which is great. Now, obviously, on this one, you do get bullet velocity increase also. So, the agency suppressor increases the bullet velocity by a little bit more. So, if you are going for those longer ranged kills, you're going to still want to rock the agency or GRU suppressor. And then, obviously, whack on a barrel. I mean, the Mac 10 is a bad example because it's an up-close one. And so, really, is the CRA Max. But let's pick up let's say, an AK from Cold War. You want the GRU suppressor and then the Liberator barrel because that gives you the bullet velocity there. So that's going to be a lot more like a hit scan registering gun. Whereas if you're going for a more close range build like I was back in this first class here with the Mac 10, I'm now going to swap out this agency suppressor for a sound suppressor because that's going to be a lot better for those close range, quick fire, you know, kind of on the cuff engagements, constantly running around, being a lot more agile with this gun, and that is what this new suppressor is going to excel at. So hopefully with this new implementation of a second suppressor, it's going to be cool for those close range guns, sniper support, like I said, so Mac 10 here as a close range SMG build, but also things like I've got a car and FFAR build. On this one, it's up to me and up to you guys individually what you want to run, because agency suppressor just gives you extra bit of bullet velocity, but if you're going to be using this sort of 0 to 60 meters, 0 to 50 meters maybe, the regular suppressor could be a better shout for that one, just for that quicker ADS, quicker sprint to fire. It could be the better option because you're going to be able to switch to it and win those engagements quicker based off those factors. So it's entirely up to you guys which you want to run, but I would recommend sniper support like an FFAR build here, or like the Mac 10, or kind of like the close range Farah would be fine to run the new suppressor on. LC10 would be great. So it just depends kind of what you want to run alongside it. I wouldn't recommend it for something like this one here. I wouldn't put it on the AMAX because you kind of want that extra bullet velocity on this one. Again, with it being a mono warfare weapon, that one's not quite as bad. But if we look at something like the Krig 6, you're definitely still going to want the agency suppressor on the Krig, or any Cold War weapon that is going to be your primary weapon, because obviously the extra bullet velocity that the agency gives over the brand new suppressor one is actually still better. Paired that with like a Ranger barrel here, so again, for extra bullet velocity, it's going to feel more like a hit scan. So you're still going to want to use the agency suppressor for any long range guns, including snipers, except from if you want in a quick range sniper, close range, aggressive, quick sniper build. Whack on the sound suppressor like the Swiss class I did just a video before this. That one uses a sound suppressor as the base class, but again, I've made the option available so you could change it up depending on your playstyle. But any sort of SMG close range, you're probably going to want the new suppressor on, or the sound suppressor, and any sniper supports is also going to be really good for as well. So hopefully this has cleared it up, explained to you guys what the new suppressor is and kind of what it does, where it fits in with the roles with that sniper support and SMG build, as opposed to your main AR and your snipers having that agency or GRU suppressor on, and you know, kind of cleared up what you're going to want to use it in, what type of situations it's going to be beneficial for. So hopefully that has helped. If it has, make sure you do drop a like down below, and do let me know in the comments what you think of this new suppressor. Is it a good addition to Warzone? Are you excited that we've got a new feature? I think it's really cool to have a kind of a bridge of the gap between these, you know, obviously huge range suppressor and then now one that's going to be for close range and it's going to give benefits to it. I think that's great. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do drop a subscribe down below, turn bell notifications on. We've got tons and tons of uploads coming with all sorts of Season 3 content, so that would be much appreciated if you could help me out by subscribing to the channel there. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, take care, and peace.